Today on EA Sports. It's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from the so-called Space City, Houston, Texas. This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another... The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Ward. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Will Anderson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return is Jones. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they'll... A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He's got the hook up with Diggs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
They'll set up a throw. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Texans have broken the tie. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
That is caught by Dell.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's White. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use. The second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offense.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Finds his man. It's John Mechie.
The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now Ward to throw on second down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you, too, in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, and it's the Colts who have the lead in that one. Anthony Richardson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. 2 touchdowns there for Saquon Barkley. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Jaden Reed, a touchdown reception.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter.
On the return from his end zone is Grant, and he returns this to the 22.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Ward, off play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Ward. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jones on the return.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there, a 14-yard.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. The left side caught by Diggs.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 3 yards out.
And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to...
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Ward.
This will be complete to Mechie.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back.
From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 4.
They'll look to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw again. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. It's complete to Diggs. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Steps away to his left. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down gamble turns into a 4th down scramble, but all is well. 1st down.
Brandon, there was more on his mind there than just getting to the 1st down marker. Saw an opportunity to get a big play and wasn't going to let the defense do a lot to stop him from getting there.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to the...
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
They go play action here on 1st down. Being chased out left.
They'll let this go deep for Collins.
And this is caught. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Houston, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as we say.
It's Madden NFL football. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from the so-called Space City, Houston, Texas.
Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
He'll complete this one to Collins.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He'll let this go deep for Collins.
And this is caught. Touchdown.
Nico Collins
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Texans have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you...
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Kelly. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. And that is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense. They've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sideline and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs, 64 yards.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and
So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the second quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Now Kelly. That is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Here's Kelly.
He's got his target. That's complete. On the move past the 40.
And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Kelly. He finds his man, complete. It's Schaefer. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
This is 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Kelly. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Kelly to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The kick by Bass is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going deep for Diggs. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive?
Time now to see what this defense can do. 2nd quarter as the offense starts out 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Kelly.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, it's Kelly. He finds his man, complete. It's Schaefer. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 1st down throw. Kelly, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught at the 8.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They're going to look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Nico Collins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the second quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the visiting Chargers who were able to come in and steal one on the road. Justin Herbert, strong as usual in the victory as his guys run their record now to 7-3. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Ken Walker, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. Lamar Jackson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A first carry here for Joe Mixon.
Breaks a tackle.
Still going. Inside the 20, Joe Mixon.
Touchdown, Houston.
Joe Mixon with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. To throw is Kelly. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. Loose inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Kelly. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Here's Kelly to throw. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. On play action, they'll throw. He's got it to Collins, complete. Now he's into the clear again. He may go. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no.
So we're in the 3rd quarter. We'll see how this defense handles the upcoming drive as the offense takes over with a 1st and 10. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. This one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well behind. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey,
they'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Looking to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw here. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
2nd and 14.
There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. And the Texans are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have to being over and then try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they were just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for the Texans, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Titans, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.